Today I will tell you the story of a great yogi who not only changed his life but also showed the path of peace to the whole world. This is the story of Siddhartha Gautama, who later became Lord Buddha. Come, let us join this journey of truth and knowledge under the shade of the Bodhi tree today. Once upon a time in 563 BC, in what is today called Nepal, a great prince was born in a city called Lumbini. His father, King Shuddhodhan, was the ruler of a prosperous kingdom. Born in the tender lap of Mother Mayadevi, the child was named Siddhartha. At the time of birth, a Siddha Purusha prophesied, this child will either become a great king or leave the world to become a great ascetic and saint. The king was shocked to hear this. He wanted his son to become a powerful king, so he kept Siddhartha in a grand palace where no sorrow, pain or even a shadow of pain was seen. Siddhartha's life was happy, glorious. Quilts, dance music, splendor and comfort in the palaces. Never saw suffering, disease or death. Different palaces had arrangements for different seasons. At the age of 16, he got married to Yashodhara and had a son, Rahul. Perhaps the prince could have lived happily ever after, but destiny had something else in store. Our childhood is so simple and happy, isn't it? But is this life? Those questions began to arise in the prince's heart. One day, 29-year-old Siddhartha expressed his wish to go out of the palace. The king agreed. But the king made such arrangements in the city that no sad event was witnessed. But fate had its own tricks. An old man was walking slowly holding a stick. Siddhartha asked, "Why so?" The servant said, "Maharaj, every human being grows old one day." A patient was lying distraught on the bed. Siddhartha asked, "Why is this man sad?" The servant said, "Maharaj, illness can happen to anyone, a dead body." The family members were crying. Siddhartha asked, "What is this?" The servant said, "Death. Everyone has to die one day." A quiet monk, engrossed in meditation, Siddhartha asked, "Why is this man silent?" The servant said, "Maharaj, he is on the path of liberation." These four scenes shook Siddhartha. Is life just miserable? Will we not be free from this suffering? The prince could not sleep that night, and that night he took a big decision. When the whole palace was sleeping, his wife Yashodhara and son Rahul were sleeping. Siddhartha was standing outside his room. What to do? Am I unfit as a father and husband? Or should I go in search of the truth? Finally, he took a great decision. Amidst the evening clouds, the prince rode his horse Kantaka and left the palace along with a single servant Channa. After crossing the big gate, he entered a dark forest. That night became the night of great renunciation, and now a new journey begins, a dangerous, ascetic and unique journey. Siddhartha was roaming from one forest to another, from one guru to another, with only one hope. Where is the truth? Why does this world keep moving? He tried to learn from many great gurus, learned yoga and meditation from a saint named Alara Kalam, but did not find peace. No solution came from the Saint Uddaka Ramputta either. Finally, a great sage said, "What you are looking for is not limited to yoga and penance. You have to find yourself." These words made Siddhartha think deeply. Siddhartha did severe penance for 6 years. Sometimes he would sit meditating on a stone. Sometimes he would stand for days with one leg hanging. Sometimes he would survive on just one grain of rice. Sometimes he would fall asleep on the river bed. His body was no longer like a normal human being. The eyes were sunken. The skeleton was clearly visible. The body was weak and tired. Once it happened that he was so hungry that he fainted. He was lying unconscious on the bank of a river. There came a woman named Sujata who looked sad and offered him milk and kheer. "This path does not lead to truth. I must do something different." With this thought, he gave up severe penance and chose a new path, the middle path. Now I will not do severe penance. Now I will neither suffer much nor sacrifice much. Now I will find the truth, some middle path. He sat down on a rock under a huge tree and started meditating. I will not get up again until enlightenment is attained. For 49 days, he neither ate nor got up. He focused on only one thing, the truth. And one night, he attained the ultimate knowledge. He became Buddha, meaning awakened. He discovered the truth in 3 prahars. First prahar saw the vision of his many lives. Second prahar understood the life journey of every life and the cycle of the world. Third prahar realized life is suffering and found the way to freedom from suffering. He achieved a great thing. He attained salvation. Now he was not just Siddhartha. Now he was Lord Buddha. He learned that this world is suffering, but salvation is possible if you follow the right path. Be your own lamb. The teachings of Buddha, which are still alive today, the clever noble truth, life is suffering. The cause of suffering is craving, desire. Renunciation of desires leads to the end of suffering. Liberation can be achieved through the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path means right vision, true vision, right resolve, pure thoughts, right speech, speaking the truth, right action, true action, right livelihood, true livelihood, right effort, effort for good deeds, right remembrance, self-knowledge, right concentration, meditation and liberation. Lord Buddha spread the message of peace throughout the world for 45 years. All he taught was, do not harm anyone, be benevolent and follow the middle path. And at the age of 80, in Kushinagar, he peacefully gave up his mortal body, attained parinirvana. But isn't Lord Buddha still alive today? In his thoughts, in his teachings, in his thinking, and in the heart of every human being, the teachings of Lord Buddha, be your own lamp. The light of truth and wisdom will be your true guide.